In this video, I'm going to show you how you can use posts to attach notes or reports, or just basically attach any information to another record in your database. So on the left-hand side under Forms, I'm going to click All Posts, and here you can see I've got a couple of connection posts that I've added from a previous tutorial. But up here where it says Posts and it's got a little arrow, I'm going to click that, and I'm going to click Define a new type of post. Now here I'm going to call this a service statistic report, and I'm going to give a little short description. This is a report for tracking numbers for our events. Now the post options down here, I can choose the types of things that I want this post to be attached to, and I'm going to choose event. I could pick a specific kind of event, like I could choose they only get attached to services, which is actually what I might do. I might say that you can only attach these to services rather than attaching them to like small group meetings and things like that. And then I can add on the second tab the fields that I want the user to fill in. So I'm going to click Add Fields. I'm going to type in number of guests, and for the data type, instead of text, I'm going to change that to an integer, a whole number. All that means is an integer is just like a number, but you can't have 1.6. We can't have 3.2 guests. That would be a little strange. We can have 3 guests or 4 guests. Now I'm going to click these 3 little dots here, and I'm just going to duplicate that field, and I'm going to call this number of baptisms, and I'm going to click the 3 dots here. I'm going to duplicate that, number of dedications, and I'm also going to add another field down here, which is just like any comments or notes, and we might change that to a text area so people can type in there. And on the right hand side, you'll see a preview here of what that post form is going to look like. I can also click advanced here, and I can click restrict to realms, and this means that I can choose when people fill in these statistic reports, where do they go? I can make them so that they always go up to the head office, or I could make them have a selection of which places they can go to for the user. But yeah, that basically just means that it's one less decision that has to be made by the person creating the post. And just up here in the top right, I'm going to choose the head office, which is where this service statistic report definition is going to be stored. That just means that only people who have access to edit definitions in this realm are going to be able to edit this, and I actually don't want anyone editing this very often. This is actually like a configuration file. So I'm going to click Save, and now that we have our service statistic reports definition, there haven't been any that have been created yet, but let's go create one now. So I'm going to click Events. I'm going to go to All Events, and if we find a service, so there's a service here, I can tap the 3 dots next to that service, scroll down, and choose Add a Service Statistic Report. And now I can type in the number of guests, the number of baptisms, and the number of dedications, and any comments or notes. It was a great night. Now I'm going to hit Submit, and it's going to now be attached to that service. Now you can also use posts for things like, let's just go back to our forms. We'll go back to all posts. You can use it for things like notes or tracking connections with people. So let's create another kind of post. I'm going to click a new post. I'm going to click cancel. I'm going to click up here where it says posts. I'm going to define a new type of post. I'm going to call this an incident report. And this is for accidents and injuries that occur on our premises, something like that. Now, the type to attach to, I'm actually going to choose as a contact. And for our manage fields, I'm just going to add a field. We'll call this priority, and we'll change this input type to a select dropdown. And for our options, we'll just add high, medium, or low, and we'll add another field where we can add details, and we'll choose the input type as a rich text area. And here you'll see that the person can choose what priority it is and the details for it. And just like we did before, I'm going to click Select Realms, going to put it up in the head office, and then click Save. And now what we can do is, when my computer loads up here, if we click all posts, now what we can do is when we click New Post, we can now create a incident report, and it'll ask us to link it to a person. What we might do is we'll just go to contacts over here, and we'll find a person. We'll tap the 3 dots next to them. We'll scroll down and click add an incident report, and we will choose as a high priority, Joe broke his leg on the jumping castle and we called an ambulance. And we can click submit, and it'll ask us, well, where does this incident report, where should it live? In the Brisbane campus. We'll hit submit, and now we have an incident report. And if we look at Joe Bloggs' profile and the activity timeline, you can see that we've got that incident report right there in his activity timeline. Now you can add as many fields as you like. You can create as many different kinds of posts as you like. They're really useful for tracking information as well as filtering and finding information later, and doing things like audit trails.